Know thou that every soul is fashioned after the nature of God, each being pure and holy at his birth. Afterwards, however, the individuals will vary accordingly to what they acquire of virtues or vices in this world. Although all existent beings are in their very nature created in ranks or degrees, for capacities are various. Nevertheless, every individual is born holy and pure, and only thereafter may become defiled. And further, although the degrees of being are various, yet all are good. Observe the human body, its limbs, its members, the eye, the ear, the organs of the smell, of taste, the hands, the fingernails. Notwithstanding the differences among all these parts, each one within the limitations of its own being participated in the coherent whole. If one of them faileth, it must be healed, and should no remedy avail, that part must be removed. Abdu'l-Baha.
There is no greater result than the bonds of service in the divine kingdom and attainment to the good pleasure of the Lord. Therefore, I desire that your hearts may be directed to the kingdom of God, and that your intentions may be pure and sincere, your purposes turned toward altruistic accomplishment, unmindful of your own welfare. Nay, rather, may all your intentions center in the welfare of humanity, and may you seek to sacrifice yourselves in the pathway of devotion to mankind. Even as Jesus Christ forfeited his life, may you likewise offer yourselves in the threshold of sacrifice for the betterment of the world. And just as Baha'u'llah suffered severe ordeals and calamities nearly 50 years for you, may you be willing to undergo difficulties and withstand catastrophes for humanity in general. That's from the Divine Art of Living.
Remove not, O Lord, the festal board that hath been spread in thy name, and extinguish not the burning flame that hath been kindled by thine unquenchable fire. Withhold not from flowing that living water of thine that murmureth with the melody of thy glory and thy remembrance. And deprive not thy servants from the grace of thy sweet savors, breathing forth the perfume of thy love. Lord, turn the distressing cares of thy holy ones into ease, their hardship into comfort, their abasement into glory, their sorrow into blissful joy. O thou that holdest in thy grasp the reins of all mankind, thou art verily the one, the single, the mighty, the all-knowing, the all-wise. Abdu'l-Baha.
Praised be thou, O Lord my God. Every time I attempt to make mention of thee, I am hindered by the sublimity of thy station and the overpowering greatness of thy might. For were I to praise thee throughout the length of thy dominion and the duration of thy sovereignty, I would find that my praise of thee can befit only such as are like unto me, who are themselves thy creatures, and who have been generated through the power of thy decree, and been fashioned through the potency of thy will. And at whatever time my pen ascribeth glory to any one of thy names, methink I can hear the voice of its lamentation in its remoteness from thee, and can recognize its cry because of its separation from thyself. I testify that everything other than thee is but thy creation, and is held in the hollow of thy hand. To have accepted any act or praise from thy creatures is but an evidence of the wonders of thy grace and bountiful favors, and a manifestation of thy generosity and providence. I entreat thee, O my Lord, by thy most great name, whereby thou didst separate light from fire, and truth from denial, to send down upon me and upon such of my loved ones as are in my company the good of this world and of the next. Supply us then with thy wondrous gifts that are hid from the eyes of men. Thou art verily the fashioner of all creation. No God is there but thee, the Almighty, the All-Glorious, the Most High. Baha'u'llah.
Glory be unto thee, O Lord my God. I beg thee to forgive me and those who support the faith verily. Thou art the sovereign Lord, the forgiver, the most generous. O my God, enable such servants of thine as are deprived of knowledge to be admitted unto thy cause. For once they learn of thee, they bear witness to the truth of the day of judgment, and do not dispute the revelations of thy bounty. Send down upon them the tokens of thy grace, and grant them, wherever they reside, the liberal share of that which thou hast ordained for the poignous one among thy servants. Thy art in truth the supreme ruler, the all-bounteous, the most benevolent. O my God, let the outpourings of thy bounty and blessings descend upon the homes of those inmates have embraced thy faith as the token of thy grace and as a mark of thy loving kindness from the presence. Verily unsurpassed art thou in granting forgiveness. Should thy bounty be withheld from anyone, how could he be reckoning among the followers of the faith of this day? Bless me, O my God, and those who will believe in the signs on the appointed day, and such as cherish my love in their hearts, a love which thou dost instill unto them. Verily thou art the Lord of righteousness, the most exalted. The Bab.
O thou who art carried away by the love of God, the Sun of Truth hath risen above the horizon of this world and cast down its beams of guidance. Eternal grace is never interrupted, and the fruit of everlasting grace is universal peace. Rest thou assured that in this era of the Spirit, the kingdom of peace will raise up its tabernacle on the summits of the world, and the commandments of the Prince of Peace will so dominate the arteries and nerves of every people as to draw into his sheltering shade all the nations of the earth. From springs of love and truth in unity will the true shepherd give his sheep to drink. Abdul Baha.
O Lord my God, this is a child that hath sprung from the loins of one of thy servants, to whom thou hast granted a distinguished station in the tablets of thine irrevocable decree in the books of thy behest. I beseech thee by thy name, whereby everyone is enabled to attain the object of his desire, to grant that this child may become more mature amongst thy servants. Cause him to shine forth through the power of thy name. Enable him to utter thy praise, to set his face towards thee, and to draw nigh unto thee. Verily it is thou who hast from everlasting been powerful to do as thou willest, and who wilt to eternity remain potent to do as thou pleasest. There is none other God but thee, the exalted, the august, the subduer, the mighty, the all-compelling, Baha'u'llah. O God, educate these children. These children are the plants of thine orchard, the flowers of thy meadow, the roses of thy garden. Let thy rain fall upon them. Let the sun of reality shine upon them with thy love. Let thy breeze refresh them in order that they may be trained, grow, and develop, and appear in the utmost beauty. Thou art the giver, thou art the compassionate. O thou kind Lord, these lovely children are the handiwork of the fingers of thy might, and the wondrous signs of thy greatness. O God, protect these children, graciously assist them to be educated and enable them to render service to the world of humanity. O God, these children are pearls. Cause them to be nurtured within the shell of thy loving kindness. Thou art the bountiful, the all-loving Abdu'l-Baha.
Lauded be thy name, O Lord my God. I entreat thee by thy name, through which the hour hath struck, and the resurrection come to pass, and fear and trembling seized all that are in heaven and all that are on the earth, to rain down out of the heaven of thy mercy and the clouds of thy tender compassion what will gladden the hearts of thy servants, who have turned towards thee and helped thy cause. Keep safe thy servants and thy handmaidens, O my Lord, from the darts of idle fancy and vain imaginings, and give them from the hands of thy grace a draught of the soft flowing waters of thy knowledge. Thou truly art the Almighty, the most exalted, the ever forgiving, the most generous. Baha'u'llah.
O my God and my Master, I am thy servant and the son of thy servant. I have arisen from my couch at this dawn tide when the day star of thy oneness have shone forth from the day spring of thy will, and has shed its radiance upon the whole world, according to what had been ordained in the book of thy decree. Praise be unto thee, O my God, that we have awakened to the splendors of the light of thy knowledge. Send down then upon us, O my Lord, what will enable us to dispense with anyone but thee, and will rid us of all attachments to aught except thyself. Write down, moreover, for me, and for such as are dear to me, and for my kindred, man and woman alike, the good of this world and the world to come. Keep us safe then through thy unfailing protection, O thou, the beloved of the entire creation and desire of the whole universe, from them whom thou hast made to be the manifestation of the evil whisperer, who whispers in men's breasts. Potent art thou to do thy pleasure. Thou art verily the Almighty, the help in peril, the self-subsisting. Bless thou, O Lord my God, him who thou hast set over thy most exalted titles, and through whom thou hast divided between the godly and the wicked, and graciously aidest to do what thou lovest and desirest. Bless thou, moreover, O my God, them who are thy words and thy letters, and them who have set their faces towards thee, and turn unto thy face and hearken to thy call. Thou art truly the Lord and the King of all men, and art potent over all things. Baha'u'llah.
This prayer, revealed by Abdu'l-Baha, is read at his shrine. It is also used in private prayer. Whoso reciteth this prayer with lowliness and fervor will bring gladness and joy to the heart of this servant. It will be even as meeting him face to face. He is the all-glorious. O God, my God, lowly and tearful, I raise my suppliant hands to thee, and cover my face in the dust of that threshold of thine, exalted above the knowledge of the learned, and the praise of all that glorify thee. Graciously look upon thy servant, humble and lowly at thy door, with the glances of the eye of thy mercy, and immerse him in the ocean of thine eternal grace. Lord, he is a poor and lowly servant of thine, enthralled and imploring thee, captive in thy hand, praying fervently to thee, trusting in thee, in tears before thy face, calling to thee and beseeching thee, saying, O Lord my God, give me thy grace to serve thy loved ones. Strengthen me in my servitude to thee. Illumine my brow with the light of adoration in thy court of holiness and of prayer to thy kingdom of grandeur. Help me to be selfless at the heavenly entrance of thy gate. Aid me to be detached from all things within thy holy precincts. Lord, give me to drink from the chalice of selflessness. With its robe clothe me, and in its ocean immerse me. Make me as dust in the pathway of thy loved ones, and grant that I may offer up my soul for the earth, ennobled by the footsteps of thy chosen ones in thy path, O Lord of glory in the highest. With this prayer doth thy servant call thee at dawn tide and in the night season. Fulfill his heart's desire. O Lord, illumine his heart, gladden his bosom, kindle his light, that he may serve thy cause and thy servants. Thou art the bestower, the pitiful, the most bountiful, the gracious, the merciful, the compassionate. Abdul Baha.